Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kathleen Benjamin here. In today's video, we're talking about these three little beauties here from Rare Beauty. There is this contour, which it looks very intimidating by the color, I know. And then we have this blush from Rare Beauty. Yeah, that packs a big punch too. And we have a mascara from Rare Beauty. And these are all mature skin approved. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kathleen, and I like creating content that help mature women with their makeup and skincare needs. Especially if you like more of a natural looking makeup or a no makeup look. That seems to be my comfort zone in my wheelhouse. So if you are new, welcome. Okay, so we're gonna start off first with this product here. This is a contour, and it's a cream to powder contour. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh my God, this is the lightest shade they had. I'm thinking that's gonna be way too dark for me. It's gonna make me look muddy and old and tired looking. But I was pleasantly surprised when I used it. And so I'm gonna share with you in just a few minutes how this applies and the beauty of it. And it just kind of helps your features pop a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my hair back. And I'm gonna show you, you only need a little tiny bit. It comes in this soft, like very luxurious feeling packaging. It comes with a screw off top, and you can see that it has like this doe foot applicator. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna contour my cheekbones here. So you, oops, right here, so you can see. I went up a little too high there, but that's all right. I'll do this side over here. In the same place over here. Okay. And you just need a few little dots. You do not need a lot. I'm not talking about like a heavy Kim Kardashian contour here. I'm just looking to lift and enhance my cheekbones. So what I'm gonna do is take my Sonia G Classic Base Brush. This is typically what I would put like a bronzer on with, or anything I was gonna be contouring with. And what I'm gonna do is and I may occasionally look down here at the mirror just so I can see what I'm doing, is I'm just gonna dab this here. And you can see I'm just brushing up. But you can see how nicely it blends in. Keep going upwards with it. And I actually put too much on. But if I keep blending, I can sort of blend it away. But you can see that it doesn't look muddy. It really just looks very, very soft. And it dries down very nicely. And in a few minutes, I'll go over it and put the blush on so you can see what that looks like. So it's not settling into my fine lines or any of my wrinkles that I have up here. Okay, let's go over and do the other side. And like I said, I probably went a little heavy-handed, but just so you can see. But you probably need like half of what I put on each side, just to kind of give it that lift that you're looking for here. I love it. This is in the color Gentle. It's very, very light. Can you see how that just made the cheekbones pop a little bit more there? It comes in 8 different shades. This happens to be the lightest shade. You can blend it in with a brush, sponge, your fingers, whatever you care to choose to blend it in with. I find that blending this in with a brush works best. And if I did put too much on, something I could have done was go in there with a damp beauty blender and go in there and kind of remove some of it too. It's great for mature skin. It doesn't settle into any of my fine lines or wrinkles. And like I said, it dries down to a powder, so it doesn't feel sticky on the skin either. It's great for, and it's also great for like drier skin types. So if you have dry skin like me, then this is also a good fit. And just for reference, I'm 64 years old too. So I'm not a spring chicken. It came out in 2024 and it retails for $26. And you get, how much product do you get? You get almost 15 milliliters of product in here. We're gonna apply the blush, okay? And this retails for $23. It also has the same type of applicator that has this doe foot that looks like so. And when I tell you you need 1 dot of this, you need only 1 dot of this. The first time I used it, I think I put 2 or 3 on. It was way too much. So I'm gonna put it, I like to put my blush up high, so what I'm gonna do is apply it right here and right here. And that's pretty much it with, you know, how much I'm gonna apply. Then I'm gonna take this brush here. It's a little bit denser. It's my Sonia G, I think it's the mini base. Yeah, it's the mini base. And go in and just dab that up on my cheekbones here. So you can see, like, just that tiny bit of product Again, it's very creamy. It's liquid to powder finish, which I happen to love. It has a nice subtle glow to it. And you can see it blends in very nicely. The last thing in the world I want to do is put too much blush on, because it just really makes me look very old and tired looking. Any of these products do. Any contours that are too heavy or blushes really do the opposite effect on my skin. They just make me look way too old, muddy and tired. We don't want that. You can see they work beautifully together. I know contouring can be very intimidating too. This blush is available in either matte or dewy. This happens to be the dewy, and it's called Happy. And it's also very long wearing too. So one thing about blush is sometimes when you put it on, I notice this when I'm working, you'll put blush on somebody and they'll be like, oh, I think it's a little too much blush. And I'm like, you know what, wait an hour. And if you still come back to me in an hour and you think you have too much blush on, I'll take more off. And usually they come back and they're like, you know what, I think I need a little bit more blush, and because it just fades usually. So this is a long wearing blush. These are both very highly pigmented. You only need a little tiny bit. They're great for mature skin, and I like the ease and flexibility of this. I've been grabbing this over my Tan Glow, which is something I used in the past, only because I like the way it dries down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a wear test. So what I'll do is I'll pop back in later. I have a full day ahead of me, and I'll see how these are holding up. So take note of my blush now, and we'll come back later and we'll take a look and see if it's still holding up. Okay, so I have one more product I wanna share with you, and that is the mascara. And I'm very picky about mascaras. I don't like it when they get too clumpy. I don't like it when, you know, after I rub my eye and I end up with little tiny flakes underneath my eye. I mean, I don't think anybody likes these things, but it definitely is like a strong selling point for me if they don't do these things. This retails for $22, which is not bad for a higher end brand. You can get this full size, which is 13 and a half milliliters, or you can get 8 milliliters for $11. It has this nice curvy wand. Can you see that? Which I have used this, and I just never did a wear test on it to see how it looks at the end of the night. So what it does is I felt like it really was gripping my lashes nicely, and I feel like it was getting clumpy on my lashes. A lot of times when I put mascara on, afterwards I have to go over it with the clean mascara wand to get rid of any of those clumps. I did not have to do this with this particular product. So this mascara is infused with castor oil. It's also ophthalmologist tested. So if you have sensitive eyes or you wear contacts, this might be a good fit for you. It's vegan, cruelty-free, and it's free from parabens. Okay, so without any further ado, let's try it out. It does feel very soft going on, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel like it's, I don't know, like gritty. Sometimes mascaras feel like they're gritty. It does not feel that way. There you can see, that's with the one coat. You can see how it's laying on my lashes now. Here you have it. This is the mascara, the contour, and the blush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop back in later in like 6 or 7 hours, and I'm gonna do a wear test on everything and give you my final thoughts on everything. Okay guys, I'll check back later. In the meantime, comment below, let me know if you've used any of these products, what products have you used that you really have been enjoying lately, and if there's anything particular that you want me to create, I would love to create something that you guys are looking for. So anyway, this channel is for you, so let me know. So I'm back with my check-in for the contour, the mascara, and the blush, and I don't know, I think it held up really well. You know, the blush did fade, but blushes typically do fade. On top of that, my foundation that I had on, because it was a very light application of foundation, that has faded too. And as I'm looking at my eyes, if you can look up really close underneath my eyes, hold on. Any drop off from the mascara. But I did get a lot of drop off from the shimmer that I used across my lid earlier today, and that was the Charlotte Tilbury, Sunset palette that I used on my eyes. But for the most part, everything held up really well. I mean, I think the contour it did fade nicely. It didn't fade patchy at all. So really, so all in all, I was really happy with the Rare Beauty. I mean, it plays really well on mature skin, and that's something I appreciate. The price isn't bad either, so it really just kind of boils down if you like the application with that doe foot applicator, but it blends out beautifully. Oh, and I also wanted to mention too, so after I did apply the blush and the contour, I went and had my hair done. So I had a lot of like spray on my face when they were shampooing me, and it was just like the wear and tear of the day. So that could probably attribute to some of the fading also, and probably some of the drop off from my, my shimmer eyeshadow. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did gain any value, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up so I know that you liked it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.